Good morning, Flashes. I wanted to share with you our Franklin Central Junior High Semester 2 in-person learning plan. So this is for in-person learners only. We will start back at school on January the 5th. So that's our first day back, Tuesday, January 5th. We're going to have two different types of cohorts going on in our hybrid learning. We have our hybrid learners, last names A through K. And so those students will come to school on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they will work from home, just have school at home on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Fridays, we'll do all of our learning from home via Canvas. And you most likely will get invited to virtual meetings with your teachers, as we will use Fridays just like we did before when we did hybrid learning right before we went all virtual. Since you're coming to school on Wednesday will be your first day back. Tuesday you'll have at-home learning, and so just like always, when you're at home learning, you access your schoolwork and your learning activities via Canvas. But you're going to have a couple new classes because it's a new semester, so you're going to need to um, get those Canvas courses from notifications that your teachers are going to send to you. So they'll send those notifications to you most likely by 3 o'clock on January the 4th. And so you'll get those notifications in your email box. And you'll also get a notification in Canvas telling you that you need to accept the course. And when you do that, then you will have access to that course. Okay. And here in a minute, I'm going to talk to all the students about how to find their schedule in Infinite Campus. So then we have our hybrid learners, last names L through Z. And so if your last name is L through Z, you're going to be on Mondays and Wednesdays. You'll learn from home. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're going to come to school for in-person learning. So on Tuesday, January the 5th, you will be coming to school for your first day of learning. Fridays will be just like we did before we went all virtual, and we will have online learning happening at home via Canvas, and you are going to be invited to virtual meetings by your teachers. So make sure you look out for all of that information and you stay engaged. And your teachers will also be available on those Fridays for any questions or for you to pop in to get help. So want to also remind you of that piece. So since you're coming to school on January the 5th, when you go to access your online learning from home, you're going to do that on the 6th through Canvas. And so your teachers on the 5th will make sure that you have all those Canvas courses, those brand new courses that you need access to. They'll make sure you get signed up for all of those while you're in class with them on the 5th. Now let's talk about our at-home learning schedule. This is the same as what we had, as I said, prior to going all virtual, and the schedule is actually the same as what we used during the virtual time. So when you're at home, it's important to have a schedule and to stick to that schedule. And it also is important because those Friday meetings, in order for you not to be double booked into two classes at the same time, you need to make sure that you're following this schedule. So your teachers for first period will invite you into a meeting sometime between 8:20 and 9:20 on Fridays. If you're not being invited into a meeting, then that's also when they're available to help you. So you need to make sure that you're following the schedule while you're at home. You also need to make sure that you're taking attendance each and every day. Okay, it's very, very important. Schedules. So how do you access your schedule? I've got a couple students who've emailed me, and so this is how you access your schedule. You get into Infinite Campus using your regular login and password. If you don't know where to find Infinite Campus, if you go to ftcsc.org and you go down to the bottom of the homepage, you'll see a black box, and in there you'll see the words Infinite Campus. And so you can click on Infinite Campus, and when you click on that, then you can put in your login information, and you'll be able to access Infinite Campus at that point. So the first thing you do is once you put in that login information and you get access to Infinite Campus, you then go on the left-hand side, there will be a black menu, and you need to scroll down to schedule, see where the red arrow there is pointing. Scroll down to schedule and pick schedule. Once you pick schedule, the next thing that you need to do is how do you find your courses? So you can see across the top there where that blue arrow is at. I'll kind of highlight it here. This blue arrow, it's pointing down to Q3. So we're going to be in quarter three. And so your schedule will be period one, and then it will tell you the course, and it will tell you the time of the course. And those times are our regular in when we're in person in the school building. Those are the times that you'll see there. And then it will tell you the teacher and the room number. So you can see there that those are the courses and the classes for this particular student, periods 1 through 6. It's also important to note that courses like math, science, social studies, language arts, band, choir, and orchestra, those are year-long classes. And so those classes won't change. It's just some of your related arts courses that will change at the semester. So you only have, at the most 2 changes. Some of you only have 1 change, and some of you won't have any changes at all. So make sure you go on and you check your schedule. If you're the type of student who wants to write down your schedule, or you have the access and the availability at home to print your schedule, then this page here tells you how to print it. No worries though, as it says down here, we will give you a copy on the first in-person learning day that you come to school, to campus. We'll give you a copy in first period that day. So don't worry if you don't have it, but make sure you do know who your first period teacher is so that you can come in and get the full schedule from them. I always recommend for students to write down their schedule, their teacher name, and their period in order to have all of that information. So the final thing I want to explain to you is the arrival and dismissal routine will stay the same, as well as our learning expectations as we had before. So if you forget any of those arrival and dismissal procedures, you can find all of those in the Flash Fundamentals. There will be a link here, and there will also be a link inside the newsletter that you can click on that will help explain all of that information to you. But it's the same as what we did prior to going virtual. I also want to remind you that this is a fresh start. So as a new semester begins, January 5th, we'll start the new semester. And this is an opportunity for you to show what you know, and your grades will accumulate from January 5th all the way through to the end of the semester. So it's really important that you take time to work hard, you take time to ask questions, you seek out your teacher's help when you need it. Because as I told you before, teachers are really good, but they're not mind readers. And so you have to be able to share with them kind of how you're doing, and you need to show up to those Friday virtual meetings if you're having trouble and you're not understanding. A lot of teachers are going to be assigning those to you, but you also can step in and say, hey, I'm really not feeling too comfortable with this skill or this standard. Can you help me with that? Or this assignment. And so all the teachers are there to help you and support you. Don't wait and procrastinate, and then all of a sudden you get to the test time and you're scrambling to understand. Okay, so make sure that you're connecting with those teachers, you're focused on your learning. All right. I sure have missed everybody, and I'm excited to see you come back to school, and I'm excited for what the new year will bring. Okay. Looking forward to seeing you. Go Flashes.